So this is take 2. I don't know how many takes we're going to have, but I'm going to have a series of videos on this mobile coop build. My wife calls it the chicken mansion. So anyhow, I'm not going to do a tour on it now. That comes later. You'll have to wait till the end of the video for that. The end of the series for that, actually, for that matter. But this is the first mobile coop of this magnitude, you could say, that I've done. The small A-frame that I did, nothing compared to this. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and start the series. Alright, so again, I forgot to turn the camera on when I started this, but I mentioned it earlier in another video. I have a lady that wanted to have a birdhouse, or not a birdhouse, but a chicken house, a chicken coop built, a mini coop, or a chicken tractor, whatever you want to call it. So I've already started cutting the wood just for a template to try to make sure I get it put together the way she wants. She sent me a picture she found on Pinterest. So I'm having to put a couple of them together because they don't really give dimensions or anything, so I'm not quite sure how tall this thing is or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and show you what I've done, and then I'll keep on working. Okay, so this is pretty much the plans that I'm trying to go off of for the bottom half. Probably not going to make it as tall. This is calling for 48-inch high, 8 foot long, and I believe it was 4 foot wide. So I'll probably only go, I won't go 48-inch high, I'll probably go like 32-inch high. Because the roof on the back side is going to be a little taller. It's going to be a different style of roof, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So this is a different one, gives a different style of a roof. So I'm only looking at the top end of this build, not the bottom end. Let's see if I can get it right there. That's what I'm needing, is just the top section. And they kind of go through it pretty it's a pretty simple build. So right there, but I'm going to do a little bit more modification to it. Anyhow, just to give you kind of an idea, and I've already started cutting the, if I can get my camera to work right here, angles here. I'm going to use wheels on the back end of it to be able to move it around. I got the wheels already right there. I'm going to use the big bolts with nuts and washers on them for the axle. Won't be a full axle like what's on the mini coop that I have already in the yard being utilized. But anyhow, a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. So we go ahead and I'll keep moving along. Sorry for the camera shots there. Anyhow, Got a little bit more to do on this, and then it's just trying to decide just how tall I want to make this section, because the chicken run will be under the coop as well as in front of the coop. So again, just trying to figure it all out, put it all together. Alright, not as far as I wanted to get, but that's one of the rafters. Hopefully that will work. I'm kind of winging it right now. So anyhow, we'll see how it works out. I got that one rafter. I got all these rails cut. Put everything back in here. Okay, so after some modifications to the rafter pattern that I'm doing, I've come up with this will be the rafter. It's going to make it about 50 inches wide once these set down on the top bars. I don't have a lot of the specialty tools for finding your degree angles, so I'm having to kind of wing it on that. The plans called for a 22.5 angle on the top two pieces, both at the top, at the peak, and at the corners, and the bottom piece is called for 69.5 degree cuts on an angle. And of course, I don't have that kind of tool to find that, so I had to use my table saw. Let me show you what I did. Which kind of works. Let's see if you can see it. This piece that you can run your wood through here to keep it straight, you can also turn it, and I can get it to about 69 and then kind of in the center of 69 and 70, and that gave me my angle that I needed. So I got that done. I'm going to go ahead and make the coop, because the run, part of the run, 4 foot of the run is going to be under the actual coop itself. I'm going to go ahead and make it 48 inches tall. The peak of the roof is going to be 22.5 inches. So I'm going to be at about, what, 60, 61 inches tall on the coop side, which is fine because that'll give me space inside to put the roosting bar, as well as to leave space for a nesting box area to be put in there. So we go ahead and I might go ahead and do a time lapse on this. I'm trying to get this done as quick as I can because the people that wanted this coop, they actually, I guess they got some laying hens already that were gifted to them, and they're really needing this thing quick. And they live in Missouri. They're here visiting a neighbor, the wife and her 2 boys, and her husband's back home, and they're kind of needing this coop. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it by Friday to get it done, because I didn't get the material, or most of the material, till late Monday, and I had a couple other things I had to get done yesterday first before I could get started on this one. But I'm going to do what I can to get it as far as I can, and hopefully I'll get it done.